the throne. These ones are called the cherubims. So that throne that flies has wheels, but it has 4 drivers. The cherubim has about 7 functions. I don't have time to discuss them. For example, they are the guardians of the throne. They are angels of fire. If you near that place, before God even says anything, you're already burned to ashes. But they also travel faster than the speed of light and thought and whatever you can generate. Now, if you want to understand how they are, because there are 4. When Moses was told to do a copy of the throne of God, and it's the Ark of Covenant, he was also instructed to create 4 priests. They put poles. How do I illustrate this for you? Poles on it. So on this side, there's 1 priest carrying. On this side, there's 1 priest. In the front side, this side, there's 1 priest. On this side, there's 1 priest. They carry, that thing they carry is God's throne. So when the ark is carried and is moving, the glory of God is moving. But in heaven, it is these 4 creatures that carry that throne. That throne is a flying saucer. And now they are designed in a way that they don't need to turn. Whichever direction, so they don't control the direction. The God controls the direction, because God filled them with his spirit. His spirit is inside them and inside the wheel. I don't want to go too much because that's not my assignment. I'm going to one class. Things have to get out of hand that requires God direct intervention. Then you see cherubs, they will be coming. But if and anytime they come into a place, fire, you see fire of God, revival. Sometimes when we pray for a move of God, hit to a point, they visit the earth, circulate. There will be commotions everywhere. People will be repenting. Things will be happening. We want to see God move in Nigeria. We have to make a demand. Let his throne move. Just 1 circle around this country. Just 1 circle. Just one. In this next 7, a lot of people will have encounters. They'll be coming out. A lot of people, some very prominent people, some young men and women, some of the people that have been killing people. God's throne is so high, exalted, that from the floor of heaven you look up to it. You know how we look up to the sun? Because that throne is the sun in that planet. They don't have electric bulbs, they don't have candlesticks, they don't have anything. So you can imagine from where it gives light to the whole place. There is a type of energy they use. There is not solar, it's not electricity, it's not wind, it's Shekinah's glory. That every other thing in heaven worship, bows. It's on the same level, plane. But let's leave that for now. There's another layer of angels that are around the throne. This one, come on, sister. They are called seraphims. They also have some deadly ministry. Sometimes people confuse them with the cherubims. No, the one has 6 wings, the other has 4. But let's leave it for another day. There is a 4th installment around the throne. These ones are called orephims. So you have cherubims, you have seraphims, and you have orephims. And these are the ones that are my concern today. There are 7 in number. Can I get 7, guys? Orephims are called what? Archangels. And all of you think there are 3 archangels: Michael, Gabriel, and Lucifer. And one of them fell, so God has only 2 left. No, Lucifer was never an archangel. Lucifer belonged to the rank of cherubims. This group, it was an anointed cherub. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Raguel, they are the ones that are called archangels. They call them orephims because they are the highest ranking if you remove the other layers when it comes to enforcement. And that's where I want to talk tonight. Then Ogakon, you represent angels. But now I want you to see how angels are. Angels are grouped. You are Michael. Michael has billions of angels he commands. Don't hold his hand. He's your commander. He's not your mates. These people are generals, the military generals. And in the creation, they are height, because it is 1 or 2 of them that fathered what you call giants in those days, the time of Noah. Their offsprings were giants, so you can have an idea of what they look like. One of them, his head touches this roof. Some others are designed, you can imagine in Revelation. Please Put it up. We'll come back to Revelation 7:10. Bible said one angel put his foot in the sea and one foot on the land. Do you know how deep the ocean is? You know how deep it is? And you stand there, put one leg on the ground, and you are still tall up in this way. And the guy lifted his hand. That angel, if you go to Daniel chapter 12, you meet him again, and swore by him that made the heavens and the earth that there will be times no more, that at the time of the sounding of the seventh trumpet, the mysteries of God will be finished as revealed to his servants the prophets. And when he speaks, 7 thunders will respond. Anytime you see ark, anytime you see mighty, they are dealing with archangels. Anytime you see there's another word that is used to describe them. When Gabriel was talking to Daniel about Michael, angel Michael, he said Michael, the chief prince, chief is archangel, is a general that he's talking about. Michael came to her, assist Gabriel over issues about patience. I saw a mighty angel. There are some angels that are going. I'm not just preaching. There are some angels that are now being commanded to start visiting the earth. One of them can use hand and remove Africa from the map. I mean the continent, just lift it and bury it in the sea. Do you know how big Nigeria is? Do you know how weight all the mountains in this country, plus the soil, the rocks, and all the buildings on top of it? Just Nigeria. That one human being, creature that looks like a man, that we just use one hand, lift it and crush the whole thing. That's why when we're talking about the wall of Jericho and how it is these people, they just pressed it into the ground. The ground vibrated and opened up, and walls that chariots, 7 chariots with horses lined up like this will be running up. He pressed it in the ground. I want you to get ready, because these are the kind of power forces that are going to be responding to your prayers. I'm talking about enforcement, how prayers are actually carried out. It is revelation that creates faith. When you know, then boldness can come into you. You are weakly because you don't know. They that know their God, they that know their God, they that know their God shall be strong, and they will do exploits.